Welcome back, YouTube, to some more Rogue Legacy 2. Get back on my controller, my new controller that has working analog sticks. And we're starting our run with our... Oh, she's got the loot thing.
Did you see that, Zach?
But also nostalgic gold. So we've got a 70% bonus to our gold, so we're going to be farming to start with. And as per usual, you waited until I started recording for YouTube deliberately to annoy them. But thank you, Jeff, for using your Twitch Prime. Do I sound like I'm on old-time radio? Rest in peace, Adam West. Full shells. You know, that's arguably from when Family Guy was at its best, those early seasons, and the only quotes I can remember from those episodes are Adam West saying funny things. You may have just heard Skype inside your brain. I assure you that it was an imaginary bloop. See, like that one I just did, it sounded super authentic, right? Yeah, I can do it even without, like... Oh, I shouldn't have destroyed those. Without doing it, it just kind of happens. The enemies are very lewd. I had to install a mod to not get me banned on Twitch. I should also mention that there has been a patch to the game that addressed balance in a few areas. Not the area I'm up to, I believe. Mostly the second area. Because surprise, surprise, once you've done it once, most people just skip it and never go back. Because it's kind of bad. It still makes me laugh every time I think about the time where Meg is interviewing Adam West. And she keeps pushing him to give answers, and then he just says, "You can't interview a dead man," and just jumps out the window. And then she sees him getting taken into the ambulance, and he just smiles at her evilly. It's so good. Oh, let's go over here. This is our first chest. 70% extra gold is no good if you don't get any gold. And every enemy is a retro penis. What could possibly go wrong? Hello, Mixer. I think it's fair to say I was getting a little bit annoyed with the game last time we were playing, which apparently is the kind of like majority opinion. I don't remember the first game well enough for... Oh, that's a champion. For general opinion regarding, like, beyond the first couple areas. Wow, I actually had more iframes from that roll than I thought I did. It wasn't so bad. But it does seem like it's been overtuned, probably as a result of it giving, or like players giving way too much feedback during early access. Sometimes too many cooks spoil the broth and all that. There we go, that's not so bad. This game, yes. The ice area is pretty bad, and so far the library area is also pretty bad. Although they have reduced the number of bullets from some enemy, I don't know which one. I did see someone complaining on Reddit also that apparently mimics in the library area can spawn on real chests. So there's no way to tell the difference. Go back the way. Yep. The game is not louder, no. If anything, it's quieter because it's applying the retro effect. So everything sounds like it's kind of like in a tunnel. Have you had your ears checked for tunnels? Pizza. The censoring effect on the enemies is less effective with the old-timey grain effect applied over it. It's the higher highs. You sound like my college roommate trying to get me to do drugs. Yeah, we are playing 2-2s. One of which was released in 2022, and the other one which was released in 2016? I mean, I know I played it like 2017 or 18, but I'm pretty sure it'd been out for a little while. So that doesn't really fit the theme of the 2-2-2-2s, but, you know. 2-2 Twain's house. It's hard to tell what's just one of the ball bearings sometimes. I had no idea your ears were so weird, Jeff. I'm sure his character won't last that long, so no need to worry. Ooh. No. You have a busted eardrum. Is that something that heals and grows back? Can eardrums grow back? So we would get to the library. We're not actually getting that much gold down here, which is very annoying. The game seems to give you less chests if you're using a character with high gold gain. I could be imagining it, but it certainly feels like that. Oh, I never knew that. Oh, that was a weird try. Yeah, the audio went real weird there. See, you say that, but there is organised chaos hidden inside random, or what is apparently random in roguelites sometimes. You a champion as well? No. Maybe? Do you just do that normally? Well, we're in a situation here, because if I go up there I get hit by the fall. Oh, there we go. Charge the wall. Thank you. Still haven't seen the boss of this area, although to be fair, the title screen for the game spoils all the bosses. So I think you have a good idea of what it is. Maybe not the title screen, but the like splash screen for the game. Right, mimics. I forget every friggin' time. And it's poisoned money. Not all of it though. Oh yeah, they're not firing in every direction now. They alternate. I think they fired more shots before the patch. Poke them in the hurting spots. I'm trying. Oh, there's an enemy. That blended in really well. kind of like that sound transition. Hello. Oh yeah, they all do just do that, huh? We're getting good money here. Hello, giant ball of fire. Goodness gracious. That's not a mimic because it's glowing. Yeah. Ooh, no, never mind. Not ooh. It's a +1 bog standard thing. That's ooh. Omanite. That looks like the next tier of armor. Those are definitely enemies, but if I can get around not having to fight them here, that would be very nice. Oh, I found the boss. Oh, might as well. I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Oh, unless we have to do some kind of shenanigan. Yeah, we have to, like, find and kill 2 boss pictures by the looks of things. 2 mini bosses. Okay, well, at least I know. I am kill. More decks because of the class leveling up. That was our first Lady Esmeralda as well. Well, we'll be playing as Sarpal. He's colorblind and has the synthesia. Huh. I wonder if the synth movements will have color. Because I ain't playing as another duelist right away, and Lancers suck. We just want more raw stats at this point, really. There. Now, the trails are also black and white, so okay, that makes sense. Just out of curiosity, it is the better set. So it's just straight up more armor, same vit. Okay. Ideally we need to find more parts of it anyway. Okay. Okay, the only thing I have to talk about really is the Kickstarter I was talking about during Isaac yesterday, and although this still should be fresh in YouTube's mind, because YouTube will be seeing this the day after it's recorded as well, it feels a little bit awkward to cross-contaminate 2 series with the same conversation. Actually, I could keep it more generic though. Say you've rewritten the rulebook for your game, video game, tabletop game, doesn't matter, and you're doing a new season of the thing, and you've got a brand new spanking rulebook, and you want people to be interested and they require the core box to play any of your new season. What do you do regarding the documentation in the original season's content? Do you leave it the same, or do you include the new rulebook instead of the old one, which is now invalid? Now, if you answered, of course you include the new version, you are wrong. Apparently. Because what Monolith have decided to do is if you buy Season 1 and Season 2 of their former Kickstarters, you get the old rulebook, you don't get any of the player references, you don't get any of the newly translated updated stuff, you get all the old shit. And if you want the new rulebook, you have to buy it as a separate purchase, which also, it gets worse, is not included as a single buy option in the Kickstarter campaign. You have to get something else with it, pushing the price up quite considerably for just a bunch of card and a new rulebook. And people are understandably quite miffed about that fact, because I was like, I would like the new rulebook, because I don't want to print it myself, and all the updated character cards and quick references to make the game potentially playable. Looked for a tier that had just that, it doesn't exist. Thought, okay, well maybe I'll get an all-in for Season 3. And then I went to look at the comments just to see what kind of stuff is going on behind the scenes for the Kickstarter. And I saw that people are understandably upset that if they are trying to buy Season 1 and Season 2, they're getting an invalid rulebook and none of the quality of life changes the game desperately needed. Which just seems stupid. Both rulebooks are online, yeah. You can print your own rulebook. You can print your own character cards as well if you want. Or not character cards, it's glossaries essentially for each character. Because they had the brilliant idea of when they did the character cards for the original release of Gotham City Chronicles, which is the game I'm talking about. The back of the cards decided to have lore about the characters rather than a reference for the plethora of icons on their cards. Weapon skill crits now apply magic break. Not useful, but I needed to know what it did. Oh, I lived through a hit. Yeah, exactly. It's a reprint of all the old stuff, but you'd think they'd include the newer rulebook. It's very strange. Well, not strange. Honestly, it just kind of reeks of laziness. I did see some discourse regarding people believing that they were really hoping that the D&D Batman book they were doing was going to be the main draw, and most people don't care about it. Now that might just be because there's no interest in a Batman D&D game, or it might be like Valinor had the reaction where it's using an old crappy version of D&D rules, which makes people not interested because it's using a bad rule set. And bad rule sets are apparently their forte. It's very strange. Just pass over this room. It's overly complicated of a streamlined version. Again, that sounds right up their alley. That's what they want. They apparently just have a big old boner for pointlessly complex. And I don't know why. Well, I did ask if it was maybe a license cost thing, like the older versions of D&D is a cheaper license than the newer versions. I don't know whether that's the case or not. Is there a way to Google that? Can you just like Google what a license costs? Because I'm really curious. I'm actually in general curious what the DC license costs and what the Marvel license costs. because there was apparently a Marvel MMO in the works by the people who made DC Universe Online, and it's just been cancelled, and people are wondering if it's because of the license cost just being too cost prohibitive regarding any potential audience for an MMO. I guess if there's some people who like it, then there is just a type of person, and this isn't a negative thing necessarily, who like super complicated stuff. Maybe because it makes them feel good if they understand it, or presume they understand it. We don't know what this does. It's probably going to be bad, so let's just find out. Oh, right. Jesus Christ. Well, this was a good character, but they're about to die. 15 enemies without getting hit, huh? It's enemies like that can do it, but... I'm not sure if that's like... the licensing cost is something... Oh, the license for 3.5 and 5 is open, so they're free to use it if they want. Huh. So they are just doing it out of preference then. These rooms all suck. Oh, right. What? I hit him! Oh, mustn't have been a one-shot. Bollocks. These are all... No, Astromancer kind of sucks. You're immune to static spikes. That's pretty good. Health regenerates, but you lose something. No, that's terrible. We'll be playing as you, thank you. Oh, that was expensive. No, it wasn't expensive, I just didn't get a lot of gold. Will I remember that I'm immune to basic floor spikes? I promise nothing. Buongiorno is the italicized way of saying... Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate accidentally walking into a pun. Were you able to Google what the DC and Marvel licenses cost? I wouldn't be surprised if they hide them, but at the same time, to get interest, surely at some point they have to reveal it. Although I guess they could get anyone who potentially uses it to sign an NDA. Champion. Believe Vice President. I did consider giving Gotham City Chronicles another try, but even if I did want the newer documentation and whatnot, I'd have to wait until September next year, the end of September probably. Which I don't want to do, really. I'll just potentially buy it at retail if they're doing retail. Monolith apparently paid $1 million before the first Chronicles Kickstarter. Jesus. They earned over $1 million on that first campaign, I'm pretty sure. They did well. The second campaign did well, that's the one I went in on. How many years does that give them the license for, though? Because that also means that's the kind of money that Night Models had to kick around to get DC on their side as well. And they had a Marvel game as well. Granted, that was before the cinematic universe was the thing. I'm sure the Marvel license wasn't cheap either. Like, I think that's also why Atomic Mass Games it seems to be penny pinching. It's just the exorbitant license costs from Marvel. We've got to milk it while the cinematic universe remains moderately popular. Could anyone loan me like $1 million real quick just so I could buy the DC license? Now, you know what would be more interesting? Not buying something that already exists in the tabletop space. Buy like, what's the license to Dragon Ball? Is probably expensive. What's the license to Death Note gonna cost me? Like, to use the names, characters, and whatnot associated with Death Note. So then I could buy that license, create some kind of weird Death Note miniature game, and then try and sell it. What's my asking price for that? There actually was a Dragon Ball Z miniature game that went to Kickstarter, but I had pre-painted minis, so I wasn't really interested, and I have no idea how it's done since. I do remember that the models did not look great, but that was pre-production. Yeah, just rip off Cluedo but do Death Note. We wouldn't say in the marketing it's a rip off of Clue but Death Note, but we'd heavily imply it. And whoever is role playing as Light has to be eating potato chips. Is it worth it really? Yeah, My Hero Academia would make a really good like miniature game, skirmish game. So would Dragon Ball, so would Naruto. Any Shonen Jump story, manga, anime, whatever you prefer, that is just about people punching each other would make a perfect miniature game. But I don't know if there's much of a... I mean, like 40k and stuff is in Japan, but I don't know how big a like fan base they have for stuff that's less mainstream than 40k and fantasy. Nope, not doing that one. Not worth losing max HP. Well, we've got a lot of max HP actually. Sure, why not? There's no flat rate because it's based on scope territory. Okay. It's a shame. I wouldn't be surprised if someone had the idea of doing something like that and just couldn't get the license. Like the person who made Boltward tried to make an official Transformers miniature game, but Hasbro was like, nah, we're not interested. I don't know why. Well, he said they weren't interested. Maybe the price they asked for was just too high. A bunch of crappy rooms. I really wish the Dash had iframes. Dashes always have iframes. There is card games and whatnot based around Shonen Jump manga. I think those might be more popular in Japan thanks to like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. That's not quite got the same feel as a miniature game though. I'd be really interested to see a miniature game based on something like that. Yeah, I've seen them when I've been browsing in gaming stores. Well, actually, no, I haven't seen the Naruto one. I've seen the My Hero Academia one though. The only reason I know there's a Naruto one because I bought a special edition of one of the Storm games and it came with a card for it. I still have it on my shelf behind me somewhere. It was Naruto wearing Goku's clothing. They all basically boil down to just like rip-offs of either Magic or Top Trumps, right? Without needing to be too rude to them. Is there 3 champions in one damn room? What the hell? So it was for 2 chests, but still. Like, you wouldn't even, well, I guess you could still have iconic characters, but like a Naruto style game in the style of Batman where you're just playing as like generic ninjas from all the, whatever the villages were called. And you could customize them with what jutsus they have, jutsus, however it's pronounced. And then you could technically have a leader or a sidekick equivalent that's a named character that you know from the thing. And that kind of thing would be great. Oh, they're sparkling. Oh well, much like my dream of having an XCOM-like based in the Overwatch universe, it's just a dream that's going to die. Although even that I wouldn't have wanted it now anyway. Not anymore. No, even if we don't do this, I can just get the chests using the trinket I picked up. I should just melt it now, right? Excellent. I only got blood? I don't need blood. I'm filled with that stuff. Oh, it sounds like the My Hero Academia one is ripping off that successful Marvel one then. I'm using the term rip-off loosely and not literally, in case any lawyers are listening. Marvel Champions, I think it's called. It's been around a while. Flight is fun, but no. Oh, this is the character that's immune to spikes anyway, so what does it matter? I remembered. I don't think it's been relevant so far, has it? It's a fancy looking room with weird barriers. Scientific annihilation. Oh. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get past it, but I wasn't expecting it to hit me either. I'm gonna risk it. Oh, that took a lot of HP. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, there's a boss here. But there's barriers in the way. Ah, there must be a power to find in this area that lets you phase through them. That's what it will be. Oh, and this could very well be it. Hey, off-screen damage. Off-screen damage again, nice. Oh! Yep, so it is a mini boss. We're not going to kill it with one hit. Good to know roughly where to look for it though. Oh, my toe, my toe, my toe. It's a reference to Turtles, the animation for death. Boxers suck, knights aren't bad. Chronic fatigue syndrome, that can't be good. And crits restore health though. Sure, let's give it a go. See what chronic fatigue does. One upgrade I've run. Oh, the game paused itself. All spells and talents have a cooldown. Don't they do that anyway? Oh, but we are going to do a break there for YouTube, so we'll be continuing with whatever this character is called, Sir Justin, next time.